What is that? Some more Al Green in the background?
Oh, yeah.
Huh? I don't know. I hear some music. I'm not sure what's going on.
How y'all doing out there?
We doing splendid.
Finally, here too.
We are awesome. How are you doing?
Doing great. You know, we got to put our, we got to have our Al Green on.
I hear you.
Gotta have that good old Al Green.
That's how you get started, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Set the mood.
Set the mood with some old Al Green.
Well, welcome all. We are back with another episode of Shift the Culture. We got TT here. We got Cousin Jimmy. I'm your host, DJ Chin. And we got some crazy topics this week. I don't know what's going on out here in this world, but yeah. You ready to get started, Cousin Jimmy?
A lot of craziness going on. We missed y'all last week.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We really missed the audience last week, but we got an opportunity to have some time for ourselves.
Yes, sir.
Last week the week prior to last week was show 10 for us. So we recorded 10
episodes, yep,
in a row. And so we needed a much needed break. That was 10 weeks straight. The show. So
that's what's up.
Yeah.
We on a roll. Are we gonna keep rolling?
We're gonna keep rolling.
Yeah.
All right. So CT, can you let our viewers know where to find us?
Before we start, you can find us at Master TV. We on X now, y'all. We on X. We on X. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, X. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Follow and hit the post notification button.
I seen some comments on there. People are watching.
Oh yeah, they're watching. What we need, and I'm calling them all out. We need Instagram, YouTube mainly, TikTok to stop all the damn shadow banning and get our stuff out there. It's topics we're talking about. We go one day we can make a post and we get 500 some views, 1,000 views, or 300 some views. Then the next day we make a post, we get 1 view. And the only difference is just what we're talking about. I thought this was freedom of speech. I thought this was the land of the free. No, it's not. It's the land of the controlled.
Pretty much.
All these social media platforms that we're on, stop shadow banning us. We ain't doing nothing but providing great information.
Speaking of social media, let's talk about our first topic, Truth Social, where our president posts a picture or images of Barack Obama and his wife, Michelle Obama, as monkeys, apes. What in the world? Very, very controlled. Like, we don't even know if he's saying it wasn't him, that it was staffers that had access to his social media platform. But either way, it was disturbing. And Obama addressed the images of that on Brian Cohen's interview, saying it's pretty much attention-seeking and deeply troubling, and it even could be like a distraction to something else that they're up to in the American government, right? Like, what was the reason for this? And Senator Tim Scott was also deeply troubled by the post, saying that it should be removed immediately, and it's the most racist thing he's ever seen out of the White House. So I think it's a distraction. I feel like it was definitely something to keep us not paying attention to what's really going on. What are your thoughts on that, TT? And then we'll get Cousin Jimmy.
No decorum, like he said, no respect. It's a clown show. It's a whole bunch of foolery going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like throughout this year, some people like try to justify some things that he do, but how can you justify this? There's no justification behind this.
Exactly.
And either way it go, whether it was your staff member or you who posted it, nobody has addressed the Americans. It said they apologized for this at all. They haven't did it.
No
they
accountability.
Act like they can't do it. Yeah, no accountability at all.
Mm-hmm.
And all I gotta say is stay woke.
Pretty much. This is your cousin Jimmy. What you got to say?
You shaking your head.
I tell you this. Number one, I'm shaking my head because it's damn ridiculous that we have to be sitting here talking about my damn cousin out here still acting like a damn child. I told you all he has not grown up, and there's a lot of things that he does that is out of bounds. But this here was just totally unprofessional, uncalled for, out of bounds. And what it is he's still carrying on his beef with Barack Obama. If you go back prior to his first term, what folks don't understand and know is this, and this is the reality of everything. There was competition between Trump and Obama.
Mm-hmm.
And the competition is prior to Trump running in the first election, he had no true affiliation with the Republican Party. His primary affiliation over the decades have been to the Democratic Party. He's dabbled with some conservative friends out there, and he's donated and supported some conservative causes, but politically, when it came to him running, originally he had no base that he was running with. If you go back before his first campaign, when they were doing a presidential debates, there was talk and beef in regards to what side is Trump going to go on. He was so polarizing. Both parties, Democratic and Republican, were vying for his attention. His values and, of course, business dealings led more to the Republican side of things. Now, in this time, Barack Obama, who's already been president and is a staple in the political forum, they do these things called roasting. I don't know if you ever saw the presidential roastings when they roast. I've seen you all the clip out and all of that, but Barack Obama
Time out. Are you talking about roasting as in roasting food, or are we talking about roasting as in joking? What are we talking about?
Roasting ass and joking your ass out of here. I'm talking about roasting TT. I'm talking about roasting like Dave Chappelle and Martin Lawrence is in the same damn room going at each other. That type of roasting. They used to beef. They used to beef. And I've seen you all the clips where Barack Obama threw the first shot out at Trump. Now, behind the scenes, there's already been some friction. It's already was some friction and beef between him and Obama behind the scenes politically. Remember, Trump didn't have a base at first. If he was going to get into the Democratic Party, it was going to rattle Obama's position in the Democratic Party. And Trump was going to assume some level of control. But where his values and business dealings led him more to the Republican side. So now they're at odds, and they've already been at odds. Well, Obama gets on stage and throws shots at Trump and embarrasses Trump in front of all of these political figures. I'm going to send you the clip. Trump did the same to him once he did his roast, once he became president. They've always had this beef, but now, I'll park that there. That still does not matter. And I know this topic was couple weeks ago, week ago, whatever. It's a topic that never dies. When you are in that presidential seat, your role is not to divide. This is a country that is very diverse. You have blacks, you have whites, you have Mexicans, you have all types, Asians, all types of folks in this country. And so as the president of the United States, my cousin Donald Trump, this topic is never old. You're supposed to act as a professional. And that's what you're supposed to be doing, but you're out here still acting childish. Ain't no way in the world to just slip through, but that's just their beef spilling over publicly now. They've been beefing and beefing.
I get that. I get beef, I get roasting, but it's like utter disrespect, racist. Those things is just unacceptable.
Agreed.
Exactly.
This is what Obama should. You know, see, a person like Donald Trump. This is what he does, right? A person like him, when he punches you in your face, you gotta punch him in the face twice. When he sling mud, you gotta sling a whole damn puddle of slop. Because he only knows how to respect what he gives. When you're passive with a person like him, he's going to continue to do sideways things because he thinks he can get away from him. If I was Barack Obama, I would have sent the damn picture out there with a Florida orange on the neck of Donald Trump, showing the world how big of a damn orange his ass is, a damn tangerine patch, and let the whole damn world know what it's all about. You got to give it right back to his ass. That's what
you're saying. He only respects disrespect.
He only respects people like Donald Trump. Only respects you if you come out swinging at him the same way he swings at you. And Barack Obama, I understand where he's coming from, but my ass would have said, "Oh, I would have laughed at it, and I would have been as petty as 50 Cent." And throw another damn picture out there about his ass. I would have been so, oh my God, there's so much stuff on a goddamn guy. But, you know, Barack Obama, I understand he wants to keep his definitely a level of professionalism, and I respect him a lot for that. But that was uncalled for, Donald Trump. That was really out of bounds.
Yes.
You should be ashamed of your damn self. I had to. Yeah, we're talking about Donald's ass disrespecting Barack Obama and all black people out here putting faces and monkeys all together. I'm gonna get his ass.
Continuing on the Trump topic, Magna Dad, these headlines are so crazy. This headline reads, Magna Dad shoots daughter after argument about Trump. This took place in Texas. Lucy Harrison, 23-year-old, was having a conversation with her dad regarding a victim being sexually assaulted and asking her dad if it was her, you know, how would he feel if it was her that was assaulted? And I don't know, one thing led to another. They saying he has a history of alcoholism. He was drinking wine that day. He went to the room to show her the gun. He's making it sound like it was an accident. The gun went off. He doesn't remember pulling the trigger. I don't know. It just sounds really crazy. And we're hearing that the Texas the grand jury is not convicting him of this crime. So I don't know. There's like so much missing pieces to this whole story. And I feel like because we're not privy to the court's notes and the trial of what's going on, it's a lot of hearsay pretty much. But yeah, there was witnesses there. The boyfriend was there. His wife was there. Chris Harrison's wife was there, who he called for after it went off, the gun went off. I don't know, TT. You have to put your lawyer hat on with this one.
How could you allow an argument about another man drive you to kill your own daughter, your own flesh and blood? How?
Insane.
How can you give somebody that much control over you about an argument about sexual assault? And then for you to say that you have two other daughters, so you wouldn't.
Yeah, I didn't get that part.
Yeah. Wow.
Why? Why would you say such a thing? That's disgusting. As a father, that's disgusting. Exactly. And the fact that another country had to step in because Texas didn't want to indict him is insane too. That's very insane that England had to, step in and say, wait a minute, he probably did kill her or whatever the case may be. But I don't know. Y'all say it was manslaughter, but who's getting charged with the crime.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, TT. And I believe that the father and daughters always had beef. I believe that this was just the tip of the iceberg. And I believe that the father he has a mixture of a few things. He has some mental issues and he has some jealousy issues.
Mm-hmm.
And he has a problem with his daughter. He's always had this problem. He's totally out of bounds. See, this is the type of guy, because he did it on purpose. There's no way, first and foremost, what father out there? Now, it's one thing if I have a daughter that's into outdoors and hunting and camping and being out in the woods and just loves that. And I'm teaching her about how to be out in nature, how to safely handle weapons, whether it's guns, whether it's knives, how to make fires, tents, how to protect yourself out there. That's a little different scenario. That'd be a reason why I'd be showing my daughter a gun. But to be in your house, say, "Oh, you want to come and see my gun?" That was an excuse. He's always been jealous of that young lady, and per the article, she was one that was very vocal, always expressing herself. And as a father, you're supposed to harness that. You have a daughter that cares about some topics, and she's very vocal and very passionate about certain things that affect people. You're supposed to help harness that and help her mold that ability and skill and to transfuse it in a positive way. And he was just, it sounded like a mixture of mental issues and jealousy. And something's going on there that caused you to murder your own damn daughter.
And then to follow up with that, to use the alcohol as a way to say, okay, I don't remember pulling the trigger and I had a brief lapse of memory and what?
Well, TT knows that's the legal side.
Let's just put him up in the institution then. You want to use alcohol and your issues as an excuse? Go ahead and you want to be crazy? You want to be crazy. Let's put you where those type of people are. You want to be crazy?
Yeah, that's the legal mumbo jumbo thong. That's the lawyers telling them to say all of that stuff. But at the end of the day, that's a guy that needs to go. His ass needs to Bubba. We need to go get Bubba on his ass. Knock him on. He needs to go. Yeah, his ass. You ever seen the movie Life? You ever seen the movie Life with Eddie Murphy? What was my big guy name? What was my big guy name? My greatness is slipping my damn mind. Can somebody please? Damn, man, that's my favorite. That's my top 5 movies on the tip of my tongue. I hate that, but you know the big guy, right?
Yes.
The big guy. Damn. Can I eat your cornbread? He need to carry
stuff too. Oh my gosh, and I cannot remember.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite movies. Can I eat your cornbread? His ass need to go hang with him.
His name is Michael Talafaro, Goldmouth.
Goldmouth, yeah, there you go, Goldmouth. Can I eat your cornbread? Goldmouth, his ass need to be in Texas prison with Goldmouth. Can I eat your cornbread? And knock his damn head off and leave his ass hanging in a cell like Jeffrey Epstein. His ass need to be out of here. He got to go. Those are the people that have to go. Those are the people that I wish we had certain laws like they do in the Eastern Hemisphere, in the Middle East, where they stone you in public. You out here killing your damn daughter for no damn reason. Ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree with you, Cousin Jimmy. I don't know what's going on in the world. Like, honestly, now we got the Turkish Parliament erupts into a brawl. We got grown men throwing fists, pushing one another because of a political party. Like, what? I don't know. Forget about decorum, professionalism. None of that took place in that room while they were appointing the Justice of Ministry for the cabinet. Like, what? I don't know, TT. What is going on in Turkey?
I don't have much to say about this topic. All I have to say is, like you said, all we see is a bunch of what? Men fighting. Now,
Grown men.
Now. We may us females may get a little, emotional. We may get off topic and stuff like that. But as we sitting in meetings fighting, putting our fists on one another, putting our hands on one another. So who's really the emotional roller coasters?
Well, I done seen some damn women throw some shoes. I done seen some shoes. I done seen Vaseline go on faces. I done seen wigs come off. I done seen it all.
In committee meetings, in any governmental meeting.
Exactly. I was just about to say that.
Please show me the footage because I want to see it.
Well, you know what?
Run it back.
You know what? I loved it. I actually loved I loved it. I'll tell you, I loved it. I mean, you should have saw one of the other guys. One of the guy got his ass knocked the hell out. The other guy, his ass was swinging like a damn girl. I just didn't know what the hell he was doing. You know what? I love.
Not the only one with a messed up government.
That's Turk out there. I like seeing. Sometimes, I guess it's just the competitiveness in me, and I like seeing a little bit of roughing up a little bit. I think it's hilarious. I just thought it was hilarious. I sat down and wrote. I'll tell you right now, we were out there at the farm, and I saw this damn clip, and I went rolling down the hill with a pile of hay. I was excited to see this one, man. They were swinging and swinging.
Unbelievable. I don't know. There gotta be something in the air. That's all I gotta say. You know who I would have loved to seen like get down like that? Your girl Jasmine Crockett going off on Pam Bondi. That a shoe should have been thrown in that courtroom.
A couple of shoes should have been thrown.
I'll let you take the lead with that topic, TT.
I loved it. I actually fell asleep watching the whole 5 hours of that committee meeting. Yes, and I loved every moment the Democrats stepped up to that microphone and ate her alive. Now, Jasmine Crockett, she didn't ask her no questions because out of the 5 hours that she was sitting up there, she answered not one question the American people wanted answers to. And I honestly, hold on, give me a second. I got a call. Sorry. I honestly just want to touch some of the topics that, she talked about. First, she stated that President Donald Trump said that he's taking away freedom of speech. Mind you, cousin Jimmy, you just said, is freedom of speech is going to be taken away? Yes, he's trying to. But isn't that in the Constitution?
His ass ain't taking no freedom. He ain't taking no damn freedom of speech. This country would go up he don't want that. No.
Next, she stated that Trump is one of the most named people in the Epstein files, but she not once called him a pedophile, right? All she said was he's very close friends with pedophiles. And her proof was the emails that she showed. So, with all of this information, he knew what was going on that island. He knew what was going on within these events and all that stuff. So why in your second term you decide to let all this information out? Why? And then Bonnie, response to all of this, was showing pictures of criminals who have been convicted as her clapback. So I do see why some Republicans are calling for her resignation, because none of that made sense. None of your responses made sense. You didn't answer any questions. And not once did you turn around and address the survivors. Not once. I just feel like Jasmine Crockett ate. And I loved every moment of it. I actually laughed with her first sentence being, I will not ask this witness any questions. And she just went for 5 minutes, and she used every second of those 5 minutes telling her that she is a piece of poop. So, yes, that was my take on that video, and I loved it.
Go ahead, Cousin Jimmy. I know you got a lot to say about this topic.
Well, I tell you this. First things first. Jasmine Crockett is. I have. Listen to me, America.
Don't tell me you got a crush on her too.
Listen to me, America.
In the world, I'm telling Nikki.
I love this. I approve of this one.
My name is Cousin Jimmy, America. And I am torn in between.
Oh my greatness.
The ratchet.
Trump supporter.
Yes, non-Trump supporter.
I love me some Jasmine Crockett, and I love me some Nicki Minaj, and I just don't know what to do. And right now, they're both on the opposite ends of the spectrum when it comes to politics. But I tell you something, what? Oh, Jasmine, you. Oh, Jasmine, you and I can be in the fields riding on horses together.
Oh, my God.
Laughing at the sunsets. And old Nicki Minaj. We can be in the barnyard milking cows together. And
you got to get it together.
This is what I'm talking about. I love Jasmine Crockett. I love her, and I'm going to tell you why I love her. She's her. Jasmine Crockett is very passionate about people. And sometimes it can be a little, who can say a little, she can be like them Turkish guys. She just ain't throwing no blows. She just a little rough. And I like a little roughness because Uncle Jay, oh my God, I like a little roughness. Cousin Jimmy can tame that. But anyway.
What?
The point of the matter is this. I believe that Jasmine was actually throwing a shot at Donald Trump. I believe that she actually was trying to insinuate he was actually involved with Epstein and the shenanigans on the island. She just can't come out and say it in the House because that would be grounds for legal action. The defamation of character. Right? So, but I like the way that she was just throwing those shots out there and breaking it down and had her young ladies in the background holding up signs. She's amazing. And I believe she gets a bad rap because what they try to do is try to paint her as some upset black woman. But she has to be vocal. She has to stand out because she's a black woman, a congresswoman. And not that she's the first black congresswoman. There have been plenty of them. But representing her generation and being able to be vocal enough and challenging and being in an environment where you're dealing with all the snakes and backstabbers and people who are not in your corner. I'm sure she feels a lot of times like she's by herself because it's not a lot of people that got that flavor in the rooms that she's in, but she still carries herself like a beautiful, beautiful black woman. And 100%. I tell you right now, oh my God.
Listen, Cousin Jimmy, you got a thing for married women with children. You need to cut it out.
She's married?
She's married.
No, she ain't.
Yes, she is.
Jasmine Crockett is married? Oh God, I didn't see a ring on her finger. Well, to the husband out there, you got you a winner, and I tell you right now, if you ever screw up, Cousin Jimmy will be at your table having dinner. I tell you right now, she is something else. I still can like him now. I still can like him. I'm torn in between, America. Can you please help me decide? Who should Cousin Jimmy be with? Nicki Minaj or Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett?
I mean, when you held the pictures up, she was in your right hand, and I think the right hand means the right pick, so. I'm just saying.
You might have a little, oh, no, I don't want to hurt my Nick. Oh, God.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm just saying.
Jasmine, hold on. Jasmine's not married with, I cannot, but she's not married with kids. You can't tell me that. I don't believe that. I'm doing my own damn research. I'll come back next week with the answers.
Okay. All right. On a more serious note, we have a black female lawyer that was beaten in a courtroom. Man, by court officers. She was thrown against the desk, slammed her face on the desk, arrested her, and brought her down to the basement cell. This was defense lawyer Sudeen Riley in Durham. And just a violent act upon these courthouse officers, leaving her bloody, swollen. You know, these are all alleged charges, of course, ripping her scarf off her head and dragging her to the basement. All because she was sitting in a courtroom and she's a defense lawyer. It's not like she wasn't have probably a reason to be there. She had all rights to be in that courtroom, conducting her work. She wasn't vandalizing anything. She wasn't doing anything inappropriate. So I just thought that this was just a crazy, crazy case where this happened to her. Very unfortunate that happened to her as well. TT?
Was it
I don't know.
Was it a courtroom or the deposition room? It was one of the rooms in the courthouse. She was
in the courthouse.
Yeah, I think it was the investigation room.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
But either way, it doesn't matter.
How do I feel?
Yes.
Her being a black woman sitting in a room with lots of papers in front of her, because lawyers carry lots and lots of papers in front of her, caused her to be attacked. And she also was charged with trespassing in a courthouse. How can you trespass in a courthouse? I didn't understand that part. And then she was, did it say something like she was in there for 5 hours in a courtroom? Or I think it said something like her being in court and then she went to the room to, review her case or whatever the case may be.
Correct.
So you didn't ask for her identification, because I'm pretty sure she could have proved to you that she was a defense attorney and she had every right to be in that room going through her files. And also, where's the body camera footage? I could have sworn that every time a officer has an interaction with a civilian, their body camera should be on, not for their safety, but for I would say her safety now, because now the body camera footage is not for your safety, it's for her safety, because y'all brutally attacked this woman. And then they got reassigned.
Yeah.
They got reassigned out of the courthouse, which is very insane to me. I feel like they should have been put on leave until, the further investigation, was done or whatever. Or just fired all around. And I would say she should sue if she haven't pursued that yet. But sometimes people don't really want money. They want people to take accountability. They want people to pay for what they've done to them. So, yeah, that's just my take on everything. It was horrible. The pictures that I seen that they put in the video, I didn't like it. It was horrible. Those officers, whenever their name is, introduced to the world, they should be put on full blast. 100%. Because they could have really hurt, they hurt her, but they could have killed her in there. Anything could have happened. Where's the body camera footage? Investigation done with the body camera footage.
All because they challenged her presence in a room? What?
All you had to do was just ask for her. Hey, who are you? Why are you here? She showed that. Oh, now it's time for y'all to go.
Yeah, and if it's not for her to be there, then escort her out. You didn't have to physically harm her.
Why? Yeah. First of all, not one, multiple.
I think it was 3 of them. Yeah.
Multiple. It took 3 of y'all for one black woman. Sick. That's the word I have to say. Sick.
Cousin Jimmy, what are you saying?
No, I mean 100%. I'm in agreement, but I'm gonna break it down even further, real quick though. First,
Okay.
if I'm not mistaken, DJ Chinny, I believe this was in Canada, Durham, Canada, if I'm not mistaken. And TT, that might answer your question why they didn't have the body camera. I think it was Durham, Canada, if I'm not mistaken. I believe so, but I could be wrong, but we can double check that. But the point of the matter is, regardless of where it was out of bounds.
It was Canada.
Okay, all right. But now I want to take it even deeper, though. See, what you have here is a bunch of punks as cops who lack self-control, of course. But what they really lack is this. They lack respect for women. I think her being black was just the I don't want to say icing on a cake. I don't want it to be that way, but I think more than anything it was a woman, because I'm sure when they came in there and however they approached her, I'm sure she explained herself. She's a lawyer, so I assume she's very intelligent. I'm in here doing my work X, Y, and Z. They came in there wanting to impose their will, and they were upset that they had a woman who was willing to vocally explain to them. And I'm sure she did it so eloquent. I'm sure she did it so eloquent that got underneath their skin. And they wanted to impose their will on her. And not being able to have self-control, already feeling like they have power over her because she's in their courthouse, in their room. And her being able to articulate herself got underneath their skin. And then her being black, I believe, was just... I believe that was the muster that said, who the hell do you think you are? And so, I'm in agreement with you. It's... these are the type of things and these are the type of stories, unfortunately, that, well, number one, I'm glad that we as Shift the Culture are touching on stories like this because you want to hear about this stuff. I mean, we obviously are, into news that may not be the most popular news at times, but this is stuff that has to get spread out there. There have to be a level of accountability. We should revisit this story. Maybe we should track it.
Follow up, yeah.
How it's progressing because... for them to be put on, to another assignment and not have any sort of charges or because this is going to get swept under the rug, and that lawyer should not have that experience. I want to find out a little bit more. What spark it? Nothing gives them any right to put their hands on it, but I want to know what she said to them. I would love to hear her side. I like her side. Her actually come out and do an interview and explain what happened.
Exactly. We'll definitely be following this case further. But just to be clear, it was in Ontario, Canada, in a superior courtroom. It was an interview room that it took place in.
Okay.
Go ahead, TT.
Also, the fact that the department that they worked for didn't want to give it up to a third party.
To a higher court.
It just showed that, it just showed that, I mean, y'all know that was wrong, and y'all know that it did occur the way that, she explained that it occurred. So, it probably goes a little deeper than just that one incident right there.
Man, this thing just gets so deep. But yes, moving on to our next topic, we have a teacher that's being charged for double life. He's a gang member by nighttime and teacher by day. He kills 2 teens. He's a Crips member, and the whole story doesn't make any sense to me. I didn't see the reason for the killing. I didn't understand what the heck was going on in this case. But I'm just happy that they charged him for 44 counts of... yeah. He deserves everything thrown at him. TT, Let me know your input because this is just sad.
Okay, so to go back on like why it happened or whatever.
Yeah.
In the it kind of did say something about the mom taking in a family,
Yeah,
and one of the
adopting.
family members, yeah, he was, a gang member. So that her doing that good deed cost her own family. And the fact that this person that was affiliated with this gang that kicked these people door in was a teacher just makes it even more sickening. When I was growing up, teachers were supposed to be safe people you could talk to, about a lot of things. Exactly. But he wasn't safe at all. To have a gang member as a teacher is crazy. Are we not looking at like when they're doing background checks, is this not something that they look for? Like, was this person gang affiliated? How long ago? Blase, blase, blah. And also, when you think about it, you're a teacher. You have access to a lot of information, such as student files. These student files contain addresses, names, phone numbers, etc. So let's say, did any of these houses he kicked in, were they in were they in the district in which he taught in? And was this little, the 11-year-old, did this 11-year-old go to the school that he taught in? So like, those are questions that raised in the back of my mind when I was watching the video. Like, dang, like, did they go to the school you taught at?
I believe he taught elementary. He was an elementary teacher. And he wasn't the one that actually pulled the trigger. He was just guilty by association by being there.
Yeah, he was there. So he had something to do with it. So it's like, if you're a accomplice to the crime, then what more did you do? What more did this? All we know, but what more did you do? What other roles did you play in this crime?
100%.
So I feel like you was there. You had it could have
been. He contributed to it, exactly.
Yeah, who shot those kids? So either way it go, I'm glad they charged you.
Exactly.
100%.
Cousin Jenny,
I'm not shocked. I'm not. Think about what we're seeing here. PTL, honestly, I'm not shocked that we have a gang member as a teacher. I mean, look at my damn cousin as the president of the United. If you can have his ass as the president of the United States, you're gonna have gangbangers as teachers. You're gonna have damn Jeff Epstein's as financial experts. You're gonna have damn. You're gonna sit up here have you got gang members as police officers. Hell, you got pedophiles as lawyers.
Crazy.
It's just it's run rampant. It's run rampant. We're in a place where, unfortunately, the filtering process, or what we allow to come through, and I'm sure there were some red flags that somebody at that school that saw that guy had. I'm sure a teacher, a principal, an assistant principal, hell, a damn janitor saw some red flags with that guy on how he conducted himself with some students, talking to him a certain way, the way that he carried himself. I'm sure there were some signs there like something ain't right about this damn guy. So yeah, it's just sad. It's really sad. But to answer your question, I'm not surprised, y'all. We have all types of people getting into positions all the time, and they have, you hear these weird stories come out about them, and it's sad. And a young man had to lose his life. But to the young people out there, man, if the sad thing about it is we can repeat and say the same thing over and over again, y'all, and it ain't gonna change. I'm just keeping it real. We can have the conversation about stay out the street, stay away from gangs, stay away from this. This stuff will never, ever end. What we can do, though, is try our best to touch a few. And if we can just share these conversations and help a few of them get on the straight and narrow, then we're doing our job.
I agree with you, Cousin Jimmy. Can't save them all.
But his ass is gonna be with Gold Mouth. Can I eat your cornbread? He gonna knock his ass on out. Gold Mouth got, they don't like when you go to jail and you're someone that mess with little kids, or you're someone that kills an innocent person, or you harm a little young person or something, or you beat up an old person or do something. Those folks, they look for you in those prisons now.
Mm-hmm.
They're searching for you, and you're gonna run it into "Can I eat your cornbread?" and get your ass knocked the hell on now.
Man, he deserves anything he gets in there. But oh man, Stefon Diggs is like a repeating topic. I feel like he's on every other agenda.
Stefon.
He's having a bad 2026 or start to 2026. He done lost the Super Bowl. Cardi B broke up with him, and now he's facing charges.
So is this true, DJ Chinny and TT, that Cardi done left him?
Yes, she broke up with him.
I knew it was gonna happen.
You did call it. You said she gonna go back to her husband.
I told you. Watch. Give me to this summertime, folks. Give me to this summertime.
When she on that tour, she might be back earlier in the summertime.
What's that, TT?
She on that tour, she might be back earlier than the summertime.
Oh yeah. I'm telling you right now. Cousin Jim, I believe Offset and Cardi B saw my video. They just don't want to like it or share it and help it go viral. But I tell you right now, Offset and Cardi B's ass gonna be together by spring or summertime. Make it, and they should. They knew I was right. I tell you right now, when they were together, they had McDonald's commercials. I sent you all the video, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were having McDonald's commercials when they were together.
Listen, the topic is Stefon Diggs and his strangulation charges. He appeared in court, pled not guilty, and he even changed his legal team to a female lawyer named Sarah Silver, who got awarded Massachusetts Lawyer of the Year in 2020. So I think he's trying to put together a nice little strategy to get himself out of this whole kerfuffle. Mm-hmm. So they postponed his court date till after the playoffs. So this all transpired this past week. And of course, we all know it was a dispute of payment with his private chef, and she accusing him of, strangling her and hitting her across the face. And I guess we'll just see what happens, if it gets settled out of court or if it goes through trial with witnesses and all that good stuff and evidence. So, lawyer TT, what you thinking? Think he gonna get off?
Well, the attorney said that they want a trial. And I'm sorry, but I honestly could see why. Simply offering money to this chef leaves room for people to, think that he actually did commit this felony. Mm-hmm. So, and that's not something, that's not something that they want. But then again, I don't think she's asking for money. I think she really, she wants to fall through with the charges. She wants him to actually, another accountability case. Another accountability case. So yeah, I feel like we're going to see a trial. I do. I feel like we are. I don't think that with him being in all the situations that we see him in and stuff like that, he's the type of person that want to prove you wrong, but most of the time can't prove you wrong. And I'm sorry to say it, but that's just what I've been getting from him since I've known that he was a person. He always wants to prove somebody wrong, but he has a hard time doing it. But I wish him the best of luck in trial because, jail seems like a hard place, especially for him.
Cousin Jimmy?
I agree with TT. I have nothing really to say about Stefon. I sent my message to him weeks ago. He needs to focus on himself. He has a lot of kids out there. He needs to grow up. He's a talented athlete, but he just needs to grow up. And hopefully this can be an eye-opener for him. He can get past this situation and move on in life and do what he has to do. I don't want to kick a man while he's down. I want to see a man succeed and be the best he can be, but Stefon has to keep himself out of these ridiculous situations. And make sure your ass is not on no damn boats this summer sniffing pink powder.
Oh God.
Had him sniffing pink powder last year. They people said it was some cocaine, some pink coke. He was on that pink. He did it. I hope his ass don't be on that pink. Did it this damn summer. Get your act together, Stefon. You're too damn good, man. Get your act together. That's all I got to say.
That sounds about right. So, did y'all see that shooting in Chicago? It looked like a scene out of a movie. 3 gunmen run up, guns in hand, shooting at I think it was a white Chevy Malibu with a baby in the back seat. Like, what? An innocent bystander took the video and sent it in to the news, but it was by St. Sabina Church. Rounds and rounds of shots. A 27-year-old male survived the shooting, but a female 26-year-old passed away, and the baby was not harmed as well. So I saw that scene and I was just like, what in the world? It seems so unreal.
But is it? Is it unreal? Is it? It's Chicago. And again, it goes
like
back
the Wild Wild West.
I remember I was talking about those damn Black Panthers. Their ass ain't going to Chicago yet and fix the damn problem, did they? But they out here talking about ass. I'm telling you right now, but I'm not surprised. I mean, this is, again, these are things that just, unfortunately, we're not going to find a fix. Hopefully, we can help a few of them, but I'm not surprised. How about you, TT?
Heartless. That's literally all I have to say. Heartless. You didn't care that there was a baby in the car. It just was God was literally on the baby's side. Literally. You didn't care about the baby. You didn't care about nothing. You just was heartless. Sick and heartless. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, very disturbing footage.
But it's I want to just add, that as I mentioned, this has been going on and continues to go on in Chicago and places around, but there's a silver lining here. And for the baby, how old was the baby? Did they say the age of the baby? Was it the age that they could remember things?
I know it was an infant. I don't remember.
Yeah,
he was in the back seat with a lollipop, so it had to be
like a toddler, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we don't know what caused this shooting. Let's start there, because we don't know what the mother or the father, the baby father, whoever it was that got murdered. We don't know what they did to get murdered. Okay, so I don't know if they shared that in the story, but I think the silver lining for me would be that the baby, I don't know the exact age, but may not be old enough to remember this. Because think about a baby about 7-8 years old, and that would be traumatic. You think
Very
about
traumatic.
Going through your life, knowing you were in a car with your parents, and one of them, one got killed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of your parents got killed in the car. Oh my God. So I'm not saying that it's good either way, but I think the silver lining, if that baby, was not old enough to remember it, at least you don't have to go through your life with that trauma. That's some heavy stuff to carry with you.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with you, Cousin Jimmy. Oh, so this whole topic has been crazy this week. I'm telling you. Our next topic is Cuba on the brink of an economic collapse. Ever since the cutoff of aid from Venezuela oil, which was pretty much 50% of their oil demand, Cuba has not been able to even supply any fuels for their planes or to any other utilities that need their fuel. So that's their main source of income there, and they're having an economic collapse. And I don't think Trump could care less. He's making a joke of it. But that's your cousin.
Well, TT, I mean, well, listen, I'll go ahead. I'll put it to you.
Go ahead, TT. I want to hear what she gonna say.
Okay, because I actually wrote a memo for class about, the embargo that we have on, Cuba or whatever, and to see Trump, because I can't put the P on it first. Um, to see Trump actually like making jokes about it, it was kind of like, I'm not gonna say it was concerning because this has been an issue, but like it has been a ongoing issue between us and Cuba, being that when what's his name, President Eisenhower, he was mad at Cuba for building a relationship with Russia and all this, all that, and then Kennedy invaded them, and then the embargo came and all that stuff. I just feel like we're never gonna help them. Like we're never going to be the one to help them. And I feel like with Trump being in office now, they're really not going to get any help because he don't want anybody helping them. And if you help them, then you got beef with us. And it's just like, I don't think nobody want beef with us. So it's just, I feel like it's going to collapse with him, in office. I really do feel like it will collapse. It's a possibility. And that's just what I have to say. I don't think we're going to ever help him for real.
Well, I mean, TT, you're hitting a lot of things on the nail on the head with a lot of things you're saying, but just so I can just kind of slice it down for you a little bit here. The reason why, Trump was not laughing at Cuba. He's laughing at his opposition, who assists Cuba. And the biggest opposition who assists Cuba is Russia. So when you have Russia, remember we talked about this on our last show. Russia, Iran, Venezuela, all of these were oil countries. Nigeria has a big oil influence as well too, but Nigeria is not a part of the OP group. But Cuba had an opportunity back where TT was just breaking it on down with Kennedy and the Bay of Pigs and all that stuff that happened, which was a fiasco on our behalf. The whole issue, because you have Fidel Castro who came into Cuba and established the Communism Party. This is all a political party thing. Democratic perspective from the United States, wanting Cuba to adopt the same philosophy. If Fidel Castro would have got in line and said, you know what, I'm going to follow the philosophy, the democratic philosophy of the United States, and allowed the United States to use him as a puppet, you wouldn't have this issue and problem. So the Trump aspect of it now is just picking up on business as usual with our relationship with Cuba. Now, the Communist Party and Fidel Castro, what they've done to the Cuban people is ridiculous. Have you ever seen a video of Cuba in 2026? They still have automobiles on the road from 1940 and 1950.
What?
Yeah, Cuba still have automobiles on the road from 1940s and 1950s. Old school vehicles. Just go look up online. Cuba is way behind. They can't receive imports because they can't afford to purchase these things. Cuba's an island that's their main source is sugar. Sugar is a big source of resource for Cuba, along with other fruits and things of that nature. It is a beautiful country, beautiful people. And you had a situation where Fidel Castro and his party for so long has never put themselves in position to think strategically to help Cuba economically. It was all about that power and control, that communism thing versus the democratic approach. And that created friction with relationships and allies of the United States, which has been preventing the Cuban people from being able to have the resources they need to flourish as a country. So this is what you have going on. It's a thing that unfortunately the people are at the beck and call. Now, the thing about it is hopefully there can be a regime change in Cuba. But what happens when you have these political parties in these countries like this, the people don't have the weapons to fight back. The people don't have the resources to fight back against the government. So when you have a communist party put in by Fidel Castro that's been a staple there for so long, they have the military on their side to stop any opposition within their country. And that's, where you have countries like the United States that now would do what we were talking about weeks ago. They're going to have spies and infiltrators that come in to spark up things. Have you ever saw The Godfather 2? Godfather 2 is a perfect example.
No, I haven't.
Godfather 2, number one, it's my second favorite movie of all time. The first one is Godfather 1. We'll get into movie topics later on. But anyway, in Godfather 2, it gives you the perfect scenario of Cuba.
I'm gonna have to watch that movie now.
Yeah, it gives you the perfect scenario of Cuba. So Al Pacino, right, who is basically, he's the Don now. He's the Don. And he's Michael Corleone. He's the Don. He's taking over his father's business, or taking over the mob, or taking over their family's business. And a part of their family business is their relationship with a big-time Cuban investor, and he goes out to Cuba. And when he goes out to Cuba, and the name is, I've been slipping up with these names here today, but it's gonna come to me. But he goes out to Cuba and meets up with his connect out there. His connect is really in Miami, Florida, but they go out to Cuba. His Jewish connect, which is gonna come to me. He goes out there to meet with him. They're doing a big deal out there because they're ready to go ahead and establish their gambling resort. They got a big resort, and the government's behind this, and these are all illegal things going on, but they're looking to make it legal and utilizing Cuba as the outlet for that. Well, you had the political change go on in the movie where Michael Corleone's in the car getting transported to this meeting, and the name is going to come to me who he's meeting with. It's right on the tip of my tongue. When I stop talking, I'm going to think about it. But he's on his way to this meeting, and he gets stopped. There's a riot going on in the street, and all of a sudden a bomb blows up. Boom, a guy jumps in. They're going against the police. He jumps in the car and blows the car up that's in front of Michael Corleone, and he's looking. And when he goes...
Mayor Lansky?
Lansky, yeah. So when he goes see Lansky now, at the big meeting, where all the big guys at, they're talking about this big deal that they're putting together for Cuba, and the Cuba government's behind it. He asked Mayor Lansky, he says, basically what was all of that about? He didn't know that all this political, so he has all this money, and he has his brother coming there with millions of dollars to invest in this project. But he doesn't know that there's political uprising. And so when he sees that, he goes and asks Mayor Lansky, who's bringing this deal together. Mayor Lansky's bringing everybody together. He's like, man, what's going on here? What's going on with this? And that created some friction between him and Mayor Lansky. And then Mayor Lansky also had his brother involved with trying to set him up. So there's a lot that goes. Great movie, but if you watch Godfather 2, that's going to give you a snapshot of what Cuba's all about.
Okay.
Watch Godfather 2. I love that. I love that. I can watch that.
So you got to watch the part 1 to understand part 2, or you can just jump right into part 2.
You have to watch part 1 to understand part 2, because part 1 is all about.
I remember part 1, but vaguely.
Yeah, it's all about Vito Corleone, which is Don Corleone, which is Michael Corleone's father, being the head. But his brother Sonny and all of them, amazing movie. And Michael Corleone's coming home from the army. He's not in the mob stuff yet. He's not in a part of the family street business
Got
yet.
it.
Until something happens to his father, and he has to. Oh, it's just. I love that movie. Man, oh man!
You gonna make me watch a Godfather Life, Godfather 2.
Yeah, I have my top 5 movies. I have Godfather 1, Godfather 2, Life, Forrest Gump, and then Home Alone.
I like Forrest Gump.
That all makes.
Yeah, those are good choices. All right, our last topic for tonight is police take down Chuck E. Cheese in front of kids. When I read this headline, I was laughing. I was like, "What did he do?" But of course, it's the man that's wearing the suit inside of the Chuck E. Cheese costume. But I don't know. I felt like the cops could have did it a little bit more discreetly so the kids didn't see what was going on. But I guess they said he was resisting, so they had to do a little forcefully. But long story short, this man, Tallahassee, Florida, his name is Jamel Jones, and he was using a stolen debit card to make purchases around town. He was going to the smoke shop. He was all over the place buying all sorts of things. And the guest that lost her debit card at Chuck E. Cheese pretty much, remembered her last place using it and tracked the charges, went to the stores, got the footage, found out who this person looks like, remembered the Chuck E. Cheese employee, went back, let the officers know that that's him, that he's the match of the video. And yeah, you can't make this stuff up, but it was funny to me. I was like, what in the world?
The funny part to me was when he looked at them pictures and said, "No,
that's not me.
That ain't me."
And they're circling it like, "This is not you."
Yeah, and then he looked. The officer swiped again and was like, "This ain't you, sir. Like, you sure this ain't you?" But no, I thought that they had a whole plan to not arrest him in front of the kids. Like, they sitting there talking, they making it sound real good before they walk up in there. Then they walk up in there and they say something and they just grab him instantly.
No, they were holding him and he was like pulling back. I don't know.
He was like, yes, and now it's stop resisting. Man, you just walked up on this. You ain't ask him his name. You ain't say nothing. You just touch him.
Come with us.
Just grabbing his arms. And then you hear the parents, or I think it was the parent or one of the people who worked there. You hear him in the back. This crazy. I'm like, oh my God.
How about
in front the kids?
How about one of the parents said, "Chucky gotta take a picture of my kid." As he going out, she's mad because he can't take a picture.
They better have another costume, a backup costume to continue.
Yeah,
I rolled my behind all.
It's too funny.
That was crazy.
See, it's one thing if you find a wallet with money in it, and it, nobody's IDs in it or whatever. Most of the time,
you went shopping.
You should know a debit card can be tracked, man. You don't go out there, You don't use a person's card.
And she lock it.
Yeah, which is another story.
Yeah.
But
that's a lesson to you all. Lock your debit cards.
Yeah, she didn't lock it. Like, she just let him. She wanted.
They will go shopping with your joint.
She wanted him to steal.
But yeah,
that was absolute.
But to wrap up tonight's show, in honor of Black History Month, I wanted to shout out some of our celebrity birthdays that, the month of February has given us. We have February 1st, our famous poet and novelist, Langston Hughes. We have our civil rights icon, February 4th, Rosa Parks. We have February 5th, Hank Aaron, the legendary baseball player.
Oh, Hank, yeah.
Yep. We have comedian/actor Chris Rock, February 7th.
All right.
We have the legend Bob Marley.
Bobby!
Icon, February 6th.
Roll one, buddy.
Gary Coleman was born on February 8th, famous actor. We have talk show host and comedian Arsenio Hall, February 12th. We have legendary Hall of Famer basketball player Michael Jordan, February 17th.
MJ.
Motown singer and songwriter Smokey Robinson's birthday is February 19th.
Oh, there's a lot of Aquarius in it there. Oh, my God.
Yeah. We got singer and entrepreneur Rihanna, February 20th.
Oh, okay.
Erykah Badu, February 26th. She's our soul singer.
They're getting into passes now. Okay.
Yeah. W.E.B. Du Bois, our sociologist and civil rights activist, was born February 23rd. Yeah. And then we got Megan Thee Stallion, the rapper, February 15th. And also, today is Ellie, one of our residents at Dumont's birthday. So February has given us a lot of birthdays, a lot of celebrity for Black History Month. We want to give them a shout out and happy birthday to all of them. And we want to thank you all for listening to our show, Shift the Culture. I'm DJ Chin. We out.
We out. Hold on. Before we be out.
Oh, great.
Y'all tell me, who do I choose?
You need.
No, don't. Why you put her on your? No, that's not fair.
Switch. He switched it, right? You peeped that.
He switched it. He switched it. There we go. Right.
We gonna get you somebody.
Jasmine. Who do I choose, America?
Yo, you know what we should do for you, cousin Jimmy? We should get you some single females and have a dating reality show for cousin Jimmy. We'll ask him some questions, get to know you questions, and then you could go ahead and pick.
I'm sorry to the husbands, but I tell you right now, you guys are some lucky son of a. I tell you right now. Oh my God. Ooh.
You're a mess.
Wait, time out. We forgot one thing. Actually, we forgot two things.
What's that?
Jesse Jackson passed away today.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yes.
Yeah, he did.
Wow.
He passed away today. So may he rest in peace.
Yes.
I just wanted to know. In our second thing we forgot was make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Not the TV.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes.
All right. Peace out. Yes.